When you live in the red, that means you do what you do at full throttle. Wide open, 100% Texas tough. That's Allen Americans Pro Hockey. Come and experience the fast action of Americans Championship Hockey this weekend.
The Americans host the Wichita Thunder Saturday at 7:05 and on Sunday at 2:05. For tickets, go to theallenamericans.com.
Allen Americans Pro Hockey. Live in the red.
Welcome to the Red, White, and You podcast. Tommy Daniels here, and glad to be joined by the longest tenured Allen American, the co-captain this year, along with his good buddy, Chad Costello, number 26, Spencer Asuchak. We were having a little video trouble with, with his setup at home, so that's why you see the fresh picture of Asuchak there, but you'll hear his wonderful voice. Here we go. We got 9 days until the start of the regular season, or I guess 8 when we officially will play this video here. So we're within walking distance. Are you excited?
Yeah, getting really excited. You know, we got a good group of guys here, and excited to try and chase down that Kelly Cup again.
So tell me about this year. And I know last year was disappointing ending. We really all thought we had the team to win it all, and I really truly believe if we get past Fort Wayne, we're going to win. No disrespect to South Carolina, but I think the Western Conference was better, and we saw with Fort Wayne winning. Do you still ever go back and think about the what ifs with that series? You're up, you have a convincing win in game one, and you're up big in the third period in game two. Do you ever play the what if game?
Yeah, it's definitely kind of tough to think about because we were up, up in the series and then up in the game that they came back late in the third, and then we even had the lead in game 3 or 4, I think. So it's definitely a hard pill to swallow. I think whoever won that series was going to win the championship. So, this will be nice. It'll be a real season this year, a full length playoff. So I think it definitely benefits us more this year.
You had a unbelievable season last year. How much of that do you think was, wearing that C? I know that you took a lot of pride in that. It's always a great honor when you're one of the leaders of this team. You've been here the longest, but do you think that kind of helped to push you a little bit on the ice?
I think so. Maybe, yeah. You want to make sure you're leading by example and being a good teammate. I think it was definitely nice getting a little hotter in the second half. I think I got to play a lot more the second half, so I think that helped out too. But yeah, we got a great team again this year, so I'm just hoping to continue to contribute and be a big part of that.
Chad Costello back. Did you ever think that would happen?
Not so soon, but talking to him all summer, he kind of, he got me really excited, and I could tell that he was excited and excited to come here. So I think, he's going to give it his all this year, and I'm excited to be back with him.
Like he told me when he first came back, hey, Tommy, I'm in my mid 30s now, whatever. But when I was joking with him when I talked to him the other day, and I said, do you think 80 points, 80 to 100? He goes, I'm going to put up more than that. And I love that about him. He's ready. He's excited. He's back in Allen. He loves it here. He wants to, retire here and be a part, hopefully, of this organization in some way. But, this is for him. I said, are you going to be nervous when you get out there, opening night? And he said, absolutely. It doesn't matter what you do, especially coming back here. You always get those jitters on opening night. Will that happen for you too?
Oh yeah, that always happens for me. I'm just very excited. That's the thing about Costi. He's one of the most competitive people I know, and even though he's in his mid 30s, he's still probably one of the hardest workers I've ever played with. So it's pretty exciting seeing him out there working so hard, and I think he's gonna have a good year.
And he still looks 19.
Yeah, I was trying to tell him that he looks the exact same as he did before, but he tries to tell me he looks older, but I don't think so.
So Eric Roy is back too. We're starting to see some familiar names from years past here. I know Roy's excited to be back too. Is it neat when you're out there on the ice and you see Roy and Costello, and you never know who might be coming back next? That's got to be pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, kind of getting the old band back together. I think the first practice, we kind of were looking around at each other, giggling a little bit, getting excited. But Yeah, it's awesome. Rosie looks good out there too.
Well, hey, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. I can't wait till opening night. It's coming quickly. Do you know yet who you're going to be out there in a line with, or is that still to be determined?
I have a pretty good idea, but still
You'll
kind of.
save it?
I'll save it. It'll be a surprise.
That'll be great. Hey, Spencer, as always, man, my buddy for a long time. Make sure you give the family the best from me. I love the Asuchuks. Always love hearing from them. And I'm sure sooner than later, we're going to be back talking about the family life. And hey, big year for you, big year for the Americans coming out of what was a crazy year last year. Let's hope that we can finish the job this year.
Awesome. Sounds good, Tommy. Thank you.
All right, that's Spencer Asuchak, part one here of the Red Want You podcast. When we return, coming up, we'll hear from Jill Phelps, the Allen Americans ambassadors. That's when we continue on here on the Red Want You podcast.
The Allen Americans are North Texas's pro hockey team. 4 championships in the last 9 years. The Red is back on the ice at 100% capacity this season. Free parking, fast action, and great seats available now at AllenAmericans.com.
The Americans host the Wichita Thunder Saturday at 7:05 and on Sunday at 2:05. For tickets, go to theallenamericans.com.
Allen Americans Pro Hockey. Live in the red.
Well, what a follow-up to co-captain Spencer Asuchak. We bring in Jill Phelps, who heads up the Americans Ambassadors. And that's a great name, by the way. No longer the fan club, now the Americans Ambassadors. So what is your interpretation of that name?
We're here to support not just the hockey club, but the team members, the staff. We're really about being the team behind the team. So if we're needing to be volunteers at events, support the players on an individual basis, participate in ways that just helps everybody overall.
I've been knowing you for a long time, and you and your sister have been traveling and following the boys forever. I know I've run into you before in Boise, Idaho, and I think Rapid City and a bunch of places out west. Maybe I'm leaving a few out, but I know you're a huge, not only are you an ambassador of this team, but you're a huge fan of this team, and that goes back a few years. How did you become an Allen Americans fan?
Well, our love for hockey started back out in the 80s when we had the Dallas Blackhawks here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we fell in love with hockey. And then, of course, when Allen came, the 13 years ago, we were excited. It was close. So we just started coming to the games every once in a while. And then, the team was doing great. And we just really got hooked because we just love hockey. So we just started becoming season ticket members and just come to every home game and really enjoy it. It's our way of escaping life and enjoying ourselves and enjoying good company and great team to watch.
How tough was it last year being a hockey fan as we not only, dealt with what was going on in our daily lives, but the changes to being around the hockey team?
At first it was hard, but I understood it and I respected it. Players' safety comes first because they're the ones that are out there every night working and going to the game and playing. So they had to do their job. So it was a little hard at first, but, we adjusted and, we supported them however we could, getting to know maybe some other family members, through social media, enjoying some of the posts that the guys were doing. So it's just a different way of supporting the players. But the fact that we still could be able to go to the game and enjoy it was the greatest part.
So you are a fan, you are an ambassador. If somebody is watching this and they would like to be a part of this Americans Ambassadors group, how can they join? Give us the rundown of what it takes to be an Allen Americans ambassador.
You really need to have the love of the game and love of the players. We're trying to do a program where it's supporting the players one-on-one. It's called Team Behind the Team program. It's where you're individually supporting one player throughout the season. So that'll be nice. You have that interaction. Of course, you got to follow the ECHL interaction guidelines.
Sure.
And then, just wanting to volunteer your time, not just to help out the players, but the Red Lamp Foundation to help the community. So we're about all the supporting the community in the different ways. And if we have a website that you can go to, and then we also have an email address, which is the fan club at ALANAmericans.com. And if you just send an email, we will get you involved with the news notifications that we send out about all the different things that we're doing.
Good news is we have new people moving into Collin County, Grayson County, where a lot of fans are coming from as well every day. Have you had any new ambassadors join this off season?
We have actually. We actually had a couple new fans that joined. They were new to the area. They attended some games. They found out about some meetings that we're having, and they were able to join. So we welcome them with open arms and look forward to continue working with them.
I know in the past with the fan club, they had to pay dues. This is free. You don't have to pay, right? I mean, you join, you're an ambassador. We don't ask you for your money.
Correct. Yep, it's free to join.
That is a good thing. You've been here for a lot of the great games. Looking back over your Allen Americans life, give me a couple of the big games. Obviously, the championship's going to come first to mind, but some of the games maybe that weren't championship games, but some of the most memorable games with your family.
Well, we have my sister and I come to the games. Of course, then my father and my brother-in-law come. And so it's a family event, and we're goalie people. We like the goalie. So, we were real big when CJ Mott was here. We still follow him when we were in Europe. And when Zach was here. So I don't know if we really per se have favorite moments because there's so many of them. But we just like the thrill of the game, really, and the excitement and just seeing the guys get out there. I think our first game was probably the most memorable because, the crowd was involved and, the fans were involved, everybody was involved. And just to see that grow through the years is just quite an accomplishment.
That's great stuff. If somebody wants to join the Allen Americans ambassadors, how can they get in touch with you?
They can get an email to the fan club at ALANAmericans.com. They can do that. And then we also have a website at www.fanclub at ALANAmericans.com. So.
Well, that's great, Jill. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Good to catch up with you. We will try to send new ambassadors your way. And the good news is we're less than 10 days now to the opener. So thank you so much for doing this, and continue to keep supporting your Allen Americans.
All right. Thank you, Tommy. See you in 10 days.
See you soon, very soon. That's Jill Phelps. She heads up the Allen Americans ambassadors. This is the Red, White, and You podcast.
If you're looking for a great night out with your friends or family or coworkers, get over to Allen and enjoy America's Pro Hockey. We're North Texas's team that won 4 championships over the last 9 years. Free parking, great seats, and a party that'll make you want to keep coming back again and again.
The Americans host the Wichita Thunder Saturday at 7:05 and on Sunday at 2:05. For tickets, go to theAllenAmericans.com.
Allen Americans Pro Hockey. Live in the red.